Can you hold them off?
There's too many. I don't think we can survive until you get here.
Ah, shit.
I'm activating the bomb.
What the hell are you doing, Alenko?
I'm just making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what. It's done, Commander. Go get Williams and get the hell out of here.
Screw that. We can handle ourselves. Go back and get Alenko.
Okay. So. Alright, so there's a bit of an edit there because I wanted to clear my thoughts about this. I wanted to get more coffee, I wanted to take my nasal meds, I wanted to take a bio break, and really just think about what I want to say before I put this decision out there. I want to say straight up that I have already made this decision ahead of time. I played Mass Effect on my stream and turned the recording into YouTube videos back in the day. Again, I don't remember how long ago that was, like a decade or more, I'm not really sure. And while most of this game is definitely new to me again, because there's no way I could remember that far back or hold all that together in my head because it's a big game. One thing I do remember with incredible clarity is the decision I made way back then. I'll tell you which one it was in a bit, for those of you who got left on the cliffhanger, that you weren't watching the streams at the time. I did end up playing Mass Effect more beyond this point, but on YouTube, the playthrough ended here at this very colossal cliffhanger. A lot of you, most of you, maybe even all the people still watching, have no idea what choice I made, but we'll cover that in a bit. But because I can remember back then what choice I made, and that this was coming up at some time in this playthrough, I didn't quite know when, but because I knew it was coming up, I have thought long and hard about which decision to make here so that I could be ready by the time I got here. And I already know who I'm going to rescue. Let's talk about these two options real quick. I see greatness in Kaidan, in all of my interactions with him, and in the story that I've learned about his background and who he is today, the trials that he's been through. Kaidan, besides Rex, and even then maybe even more than Rex, but more than anybody on this crew, Kaidan has undergone the most trauma. Kaidan has lived the hardest life. With his childhood being absolutely torn apart, his upbringing being composed primarily of training and conditioning, the loss of his childhood, the loss of his adolescence, and then being able, after all of that, being left in a position where as a grown man, you are left in constant pain with all of your migraines that come and go, and you've got all this you've got to deal with about your past, and you're trying to sort it all out, you're suffering on a regular basis, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Kaidan has gone through probably more than anyone else on this crew, except, and then only maybe, Rex. But Kaidan has had it extremely rough, and he's still the kind of man who can stand on his own 2 feet, who can do what needs to be done. He's still got his sense of judgment about him. He's got a strong sense of character. And he has an incredibly steadfast outlook on life. This man is a strong, good man with a very bright future. Very bright future. I believe Kaidan could grow into an exceptional, a legendary leader. I believe that about Kaidan because of how strong he is and how right and just he is, and he inspires, and he's charismatic too. He's inspiring as a story, as a person, as a member of the crew. But while Kaidan might grow into a fantastic leader in the future, Ashley today makes me a better leader. If I consider my conversations with her in the past in this game, she brings up points that I haven't thought about. She counters a lot of the things I say and do and forces me to think multiple angles out. She helps me see paths more clearly by serving as a sounding board, by giving her opinion, by not being afraid of me, by not being afraid to give me her opinion. And even with all of that, even though she's outspoken and she's a bit aggressive and she's very opinionated and somewhat xenophobic, she is a fantastic rank and file soldier, the epitome of one, in my opinion, because she leaves the decisions to me and she respects them. She's a military brat. She's a soldier at her core, born and raised into a military family. Her parents instilled this soldier nature into her, and I believe she was born with it, because in every motion that she makes, in every word that she speaks, every step that she takes, and every shot that she fires, she exudes, she radiates the fact that she's a soldier. So that's who she is at her core. And she, as an advisor, as a friend, she makes me a better leader today. Whereas Kaidan could become a fantastic leader, and I don't think Ashley ever will. I don't see the same greatness in Ashley that I see in Kaidan. I really do see leagues beyond many of the other characters' levels of greatness in Kaidan. I just don't see that same greatness in Ashley. I think she's a rank and file soldier, and I think that's what she'll be from the day she's born until the day that she dies, right? I don't see the same levels of greatness in her that I see in Kaidan, but that doesn't mean she's not valuable. Soldiers like her improve the rank and file around them, improve the leadership of those around them, and in that way, she has a massive impact as well. Now, I want to point out this would be a different decision to make if Ashley was not a soldier. Because what do soldiers do? As Captain Kira, he said, they hold the line. And what's behind the line? Everybody else. Citizens, families, lovers, children. Soldiers hold the line. Soldiers sacrifice. Not always their lives, but time, effort, years, emotions, things like families, the path of their own futures. Soldiers sacrifice for the greater good. Soldiers sacrifice for those that they choose to sacrifice for. They hold the line. And sometimes a soldier sacrifices her life for those behind the line. It's just as Captain Kira, he said, and just as those who follow him fully believed, and just as I know with 101% certainty that Ashley knows, soldiers hold the line. So it would be a very different decision if she was not a soldier. Let's say she's the exact same person. She's still the same beautiful woman. She was still on Eden Prime with her squad. She's still the sole survivor of her squad. But instead of being a soldier, let's assume she's a medic. Let's assume she's an engineer, a scientist. If she was a scientist and not a soldier, the decision would be easy to me. You sacrifice Kaidan in that situation. You sacrifice Kaidan to protect someone, not necessarily who needs more protection, but to me, Kaidan feels like more of a soldier than a scientist or an engineer or a medic, right? He's this strong, capable man, and I fully believe that he would believe the same thing that I believe. He's even saying it right now. Go get Ashley. I'm gonna deal with this nuke. We're being swarmed by Geth. This nuke is gonna go off. I'm already done. Go get Ashley. Save everyone else. That's what Kaidan is saying. So I know that he would agree with me if she wasn't a soldier, that he is definitely the one to sacrifice if she wasn't a soldier. But Ashley, being the soldier that she is, would agree that she, as a soldier, should be the one to be sacrificed. But she's not a scientist, is she? She is a soldier, and soldiers hold the line. So there's very good reasons to rescue either one, and there's very good reasons not to rescue either one. as hard as it is to say something like that. Well, honestly, it's more just there's good reasons to rescue either one. Pros and cons, potential positives and negatives, etc., etc. So I have to tell you that my decision, and I did think long and hard about this, and like I told you, I have thought about this for years. Ever since that first playthrough, I have thought about this for years. This decision has stuck with me ever since then. And I think today's decision will stick with me too. I think that's the sign of a good leader, when something like this will haunt you for the rest of your days, even though it's a fictional story. I think about it, like sometimes on a weekly basis. Yeah, can you imagine that? Ever since then, ever since 2000, whatever it was that I played this game first. But I'll tell you right now that this decision came down to two factors. Today, dear viewers, we are going to rescue Ashley. And it came down to two factors. In a real life situation, whether it's Ashley or anybody else, I would probably sacrifice the soldier to protect the one, whether it's Kaidan or anybody else, to protect the one that I saw greatness in. I would sacrifice the soldier. The soldier would want that. The soldier would realize that that's the soldier's job. Protect the potentially great leader? Yes, absolutely. That's what a soldier would want to do. And a soldier would, being loyal and knowing duty comes first, would know that my decision is probably the best decision and would stick with that. But this is not a real life situation. This is a video game, and I had to consider that fact too. I was thinking about it today. There is more Mass Effect beyond 1. There's 2 and 3, and I know that Mass Effect 2 is going to take my Mass Effect 1 save file, and the story will pick up where we left off. And the two factors that made me want to rescue Ashley over Kaidan, again, were purely video game reasons. Has nothing to do with their characters or their roles or my relationships with them, as we've established them so far in the story. Had nothing to do with any of that. It comes down to game reasons, because there's pretty much equal reasons to rescue either. So from a game perspective, I feel like rescuing Ashley would provide the more interesting future playthrough. Because I feel like Ashley, who will provide romance dialogue options in the future, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm locking myself in with Liara. Maybe I already have. I don't know how 2 and 3 handle this. Sorry, Mass Effects 2 and 3 handle this. But in rescuing Ashley, we get to keep around her dialogue options, which potential romance dialogue options may be a part of. And I think that makes for a more interesting playthrough. And also, we have the improved graphics of 2 and 3 to look forward to, and she's a chick with an ass, so 2 reasons. Unfortunately for Kaidan, that's what it came down to. Purely video game reasons. And you know what? Kaidan is such a bro that he'd be like, nah, yeah, I get it. No, I see an incredible amount of potential in Kaidan, just light years of it. I respect this man to such a colossal degree I can barely even describe it. It's painful. It's painful to do this. Now, in my first playthrough, I rescued Kaidan the first time around because Ashley is a soldier. Again, same reasoning. I rescued Kaidan last time because I knew Ashley would want that. She's the soldier, all the reasons we've already covered. So that's why I rescued Kaidan in the first one. But I've always felt like that was the wrong decision. I've always felt terrible about making that decision since that day. Always. I've always felt that way. Now, to be clear, that's not the reason the playthrough did not continue in the first place. Originally, it did not continue because I got to a point in editing where it was going to take more work than usual. I forgot what happened exactly, whether it was a technical thing or a story-based thing, I'm not sure. But I reached a point in editing where it would require just a little more work than I wanted to do, and I put it off until eventually it just became something I just never did. That's why the first playthrough didn't finish. It didn't have anything to do with me feeling bad about my decision, although I did feel bad about my decision. And I still feel bad about that first decision. I still feel bad about rescuing Kaidan and leaving Ashley behind. I feel terrible about that. Feels like the wrong decision. And now that I've already made the decision to rescue Ashley this time, it still feels like the wrong decision. And I choose to take that as a sign that that makes me a good leader. This decision is going to haunt me as well. To me, it feels like the wrong choice no matter which choice I make. And you can reason yourself around in circles with this kind of thing, but it's gonna do no good. You have to make the choice and move on and then live with it. That's just one part of the sacrifice of leadership.
Williams, radio Joker and tell him to meet us on the AA tower.
Yes, Commander,
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
Stay alive. I'll be coming to get you too, Kaidan.
I think we both know that's not gonna happen, Commander.
Everybody stay alert. Whoa! That's why.
move fast, Commander. Can't hold them off here much longer.
We're on it. We're on it, Ash. Yo, what the hell is going on here? Nope, sorry, Gareth. Got a little confused in that fight. What madness is this? It's a frickin' wizard! It's Saren the White.
This has been an impressive diversion, Shepard. My Geth were utterly convinced the Salarians were the real threat.
Oh!
Of course, it was all for nothing. I can't let you disrupt what I've accomplished here. You can't possibly understand what's really at stake.
Oh, I do understand.
Sovereign and its kind destroyed the Protheans. What else is there to understand?
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
No. You're a fool. You have no idea what's going on. They're gonna harvest all of us. They're gonna use us and then destroy us. All of us, yourself included. You're insignificant. Did you hear how he talked to me? How that Reaper's sovereign spoke to me? He spoke to me as if I was nothing, as if I was less than dust. You're a part of that. What don't you see?
Do you really believe the Reapers will let us live?
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic. We will fight even when we know we cannot win. But if we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, think how many lives can be spared. Once I understood this, I joined Sovereign, though I was aware of the dangers. I had hoped this facility could protect me.
You are just a puppet.
You're like every other poor bastard in this place. A tool Sovereign could use, then cast aside.
I've studied the effects of indoctrination. The more control Sovereign exerts, the less capable the subject becomes. That is my saving grace. Sovereign needs me to find the conduit. My mind is still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
Look at that. Look at that cognitive dissonance. Oh, I suppose it's not cognitive dissonance, isn't it? Is it? You plan to overtake the Reapers, don't you? And you want... Oh, Saren, you want... I think I'm starting to understand your true motivations now. You want to let the Reapers enslave us all on your recommendation to let us all live. Then once we're all mindless slaves, or at least those of us who pose any kind of a threat, you have some ace in the hole, some ace up your sleeve that you're going to try against the Reapers to turn on them. Then you'll get rid of the Reapers and be left with a galaxy all your own. Is that the idea? But the transformation from allied to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
I'm not like you. I'd rather die fighting than live as a slave.
I'm not doing this for myself. Don't you see? Sovereign will succeed. It is inevitable. My way is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed. But you would undo my work. You would doom our entire civilization to complete annihilation. And for that, you must die.
Delusional, Saren. Okay, heal up Garrus. Dang it. Alright, come back. Get back this way. Yeah, stay here. We're not gonna win this fight without Garrus. Let's bring him up. First. Let's overheat the hell out of my gun. Then immunity. Then overkill. Then bring up Garrus. Then heal Garrus. Dodge the rocket. Garrus, get back here if you would. Whoopsie. Oops. My weapon has been overheated, but I'm okay with that. You know what? Fine. 3? I can't use any of my abilities or anything. Shield boost. Back to the assault rifle, which should be good now. Hey, get off! Shield boost if possible, not possible. Okay, cannot omni anything. Where are you? Oh, what the hell? You'll never be better than... Oh, you're leaving. Well, so are we. Kaidan.
All right, everybody, hang on.
Oh, at least it was instant.
I can't believe Kaidan didn't make it. How could we just leave him down there?
Another thing I wanted to mention about Kaidan, I did mention all of the hardships that he went through. Ever since he was a kid, and how difficult his life has been. One bittersweet positive here is that... Remember, earlier in the mission, we were discussing how absolutely pivotal this is. Saren's got his... was trying to make his, disposable Krogan army. He was trying to indoctrinate all of galactic civilization. He has the Geth and the Reapers on his side, destroying this facility, and apparently like half the continent that it was on, is a massive blow to Saren's plans. Colossal, a tide-turning blow at that. Because with all those resources and all of everything that he had going on in that facility, he was almost guaranteed to win. He was almost guaranteed to actually be able to fulfill his plan, make good on his schemes. Kaidan sacrificing himself to destroy that facility and earn us a tide-turning victory makes all of that pain that he's endured worth something. It makes the fact that he was able to endure it, to become the kind of man that would do this sort of thing, makes that all worth something. It means something on a galactic level. Saren said that Saren was going to save more lives than ever existed. But it was Kaidan who did that. Not me, not Saren, not anybody else. It was Kaidan who did that. True martyrdom on an epic scale of the highest caliber.
Alenko knew the risks going in. He gave his life to save the rest of us.
It should have been me, Commander. You know that.
It wasn't your call, Williams. I had to choose. I chose you.
I'm sorry, Commander. You saved my life. I'm grateful for that. But it should have been me. Alenko was a superior officer. I would have gladly stayed behind.
I know you would have, Ash. And trust me, I know it should have been you. I agree. But there was a lot to consider, and this is not a decision I made lightly. I chose you.
Alenko's dead. We can't change that. But if we don't stop Saren, his sacrifice was made in vain.
Yes, sir. We'll get it done.
Commander, excuse me for interrupting, but I have an idea. I think the beacon you found in Saren's base was similar to the one you found on Eden Prime.
I'll say.
Tell me, your visions, have they changed at all? Do you know where the conduit is now?
I have no clue. I mean, I saw a planet. Hold on. What did I see?
The vision changed, but it's still not clear.
That is unfortunate. I am afraid our only choice is to go to Pharaoh's. Maybe we will find what we need there.
I'll let Joker know where we're headed. Dismissed.
Commander, there's a comm buoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
Set the link up, Joker. They need to know.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, I'm pleased to see your mission on Virmire was a success.
Saren is formidable enough without an army of Krogan serving under him.
The Krogan would have served Sovereign, a Reaper.
Yes, we saw mention of this on your report. Sovereign, Ascension machine, a true artificial intelligence. This news is quite alarming, if it turns out to be accurate.
It's accurate.
Sovereign's a Reaper. Saren admitted it.
He's playing you, Shepard. Saren still has contacts on the Citadel. He probably saw your earlier reports. The ones talking about your vision of the Reapers.
It's highly possible Saren is using false information to throw you off balance. Our own intelligence has never turned up any corroborating information.
I spoke to it, you moron.
I tried to warn you about Saren. You didn't believe me then, and look how that turned out.
I believe you humans have a saying. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Nah, listen, you guys gotta stop being on the fence about this kind of crap at this point. The galactic civilization is at stake here.
Here's another saying. Go to hell.
Maybe we were wrong about you, Shepard. Maybe humans are too hot-headed to be specters.
Enough! Commander Shepard has performed admirably so far. This discussion is only a minor disagreement.
No.
We seem to have a lot of disagreements, Counselor.
Try to see this from our perspective, Commander. Saren is a threat we can recognize. However, as far as we know, the Reapers only exist in your visions.
Come on.
Our decisions affect trillions of lives. We cannot act on the accusations of a single person, even a Spectre. Not without solid evidence.
The Council cannot take any official action here. That is why we created the Spectres. You have the authority to act as you see fit.
If you truly believe Sovereign is the real threat, you must take whatever steps are necessary to stop it. And Saren.
Good luck, Commander. From all of us.
Miss Williams, Commander, we need to talk. If we do not resolve this situation now, I am afraid things might become awkward.
Right now?
Oh, awkward, huh?
Now?
I hope we can keep this civilized. I do not want things to become unpleasant.
Now?
Because it's been so pleasant between us lately. Look, somebody in this room needs to make a choice. It ain't me, and it ain't you.
Now?
This isn't the time to talk about this.
I disagree.
Now?
I may not know much about human relationships, but I understand the concept of jealousy.
Now?
Jealous? Of you? You're not even our species.
Get the fuck out of my face!
Perhaps that is why
Both of you,
feel
shut the
threatened.
fuck up!
I am a rival unlike any you have faced before. Hostility is a common reaction to the
Shut the
unfamiliar.
actual fuck up!
You keep smartassing me, I'll show you what my hostile reaction is.
Shut the fuck up!
I won't have my crew fighting.
I agree, Shepard, which is why you must choose Ashley or me.
Neither of you, if that's
You're
gonna
not
be
married,
like...
Shepard. You want to get involved with some alien? Go ahead. It's none of my business.
No. This game is not giving me the actual, anywhere near the actual options that I would take here. This conversation wouldn't have gotten this fucking far. My foot would have come down hard on that floor as I put my foot down on this one. We just lost Caden. Yes, it was in favor. Yes, it was in favor of that ass, Ashley. But we just lost Caden. I just got off the phone with the council. They don't believe me for this kind of bullshit. The galaxy is at stake. And this is what you two want to do right now? I would tell you to shut the fuck up, go to your rooms, and just sit in the corner. And just stay there for the rest of the goddamn mission. This is the stupidest time to bring this up. Women, what the fuck is it with women? Both these bitches decided that right now was the time to be like, well, you know... I'd hate to make things awkward, but now, at the most awkward possible fucking time, on any timeline ever, we're both gonna choose as a team who doesn't like each other to bring this up and force you to make this decision too. What do you think about that, Shepard? I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. She's like, nah, you need to choose right now. All right, the fuck you, fuck you both. Get the hell out of here. You're getting off my ship is what's happening. Both of you are getting off my ship. Liara, go to your mother's grave and say some prayers. Ashley, go home to your military family. I don't give a fuck. This is the stupidest time to bring this up. So unless both of you want off this ship and none of you wants this dick, shut the fuck up. But since I don't have that choice, we're not married, Shepard. You want to get involved with some alien? Go ahead. God damn it, we should have nuked your ass. You know that, Ashley? We should have fucking nuked you. I used to think that it was the wrong decision to leave you. I'm not gonna say that. I don't mean that. I'm mad. You're pissing me off. Okay, anyway, no. I love you both. If you want to get involved with some alien, go ahead. It's none of my business. Can't I have you both? Honestly, that is the play I'm trying to make, isn't it? Like, I'm already trying to get involved with Liara. It's kind of naturally happening with her. But I saved Ashley on the chance that that there are romance options in Mass Effect 2 with her, right? So I basically am trying to have them both.
Why do I have to make a choice? Maybe the three of us could...
In your dreams, Commander. I hope you two, or however many you end up with, will be happy together. If you don't mind, I need to clean my gear.
I feel bad for her, Shepard. I hope she'll be okay.
Look, I'm still angry. I wanna. This genuinely pissed me off. These two, I can't believe this. I don't want to look at you right now, Liara. I feel bad for her, Shepard. I hope she'll be okay. God fucking damn it. Of course she's not gonna be okay, you goddamned moron! She's got like 500% survivor's guilt going on right now. And now I just rejected her, or she thinks so. I didn't reject her. I actually tried to accept both of you. Of course she's not going to be okay.
I'll go talk with her in a while. Give her a chance to cool down.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry you were put in this position, but I'm glad you chose me.
I didn't.
I don't believe we should continue this discussion here in the comm room, Shepard. You know where to find me if you want to have a more private conversation.
I was leaning toward you. She sensed that, and then she made the choice to walk out. I was trying to get the best of both worlds here. I didn't tell her no. I told her yes. Just also Liara yes. She didn't like that, so she left. I made no choice here. She made the choice easier on me, and this is why I tell you I love Ashley. She made that choice easy on me. She saw what needed to be done, and she fucking left. She knew she was losing the fight, and she said, you know what? /FF. That's it. Forfeit. I'm out. She peaced out. She GG'd. She gave up. She's back in the lobby. She's probably gonna AFK for a couple days. Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, you know what just happened? In my thoughts and in my emotions? I thought, fucking, I need to talk to somebody about this. Or I need some normalcy. You know how sometimes you just need some normalcy, like I was talking about before? And my first instinct was to go to Kaidan, just to have a conversation with the dude, just to have a nice neutral conversation. Just the boys hanging out, but he's gone! Everything is just completely flipped. Everything. I'm at contention with the council. I saved Ashley on the chance that I might be able to bang her later, and now she doesn't want to do that. I'm pissed at Liara, the girl that I was trying to lean toward. Caden is gone. I don't have the bromance going on anymore. I mean, I still got Joker, I still got Garrus, right? But still, like, Caden's gone. There's this whole thing with the Reapers now knowing that I'm a critical piece of the puzzle. I'm a critical piece in play on the board. So that creates vulnerability for me and the Normandy, therefore my crew, who I am sworn to protect above all else, unless you count Torfin. Wow. Everything has been upheaved. Everything. I do have a lovely scented candle burning. And now you probably want to know what scent. I'm so mad because this is gonna make me get up and find it. Because now I know a lot of you are wondering, so I gotta find it. I'll get it. It's over here. It's called... I made sure to keep the packaging because I love this scent. This might be my favorite scent of all Glade candles. It's a Glade candle. It's marked as intriguing 2-in-1 moonlit walk plus wandering dream. It's a light blue candle. So if you could find yourself some moonlit walk plus wandering dream, remember it's a 2-in-1 candle. It's not moonlit walk or wandering dream, it's both. If you want to go buy one of those and burn that when you watch my playthrough, know that that's what I'm smelling too, because that's the exact scent that I'm going to use for the whole playthrough. I tend to do that for some games. That way scents remind me of certain games. This will always remind me of Mass Effect now. Oh, God. Damn, so many different thoughts. I feel like the relationship with Liara things kind of just naturally flowed in that direction. So I'm fine with that. And if I think about Liara versus Ashley, romantically speaking, I do have feelings for Liara, and I had hesitations with Ashley for various reasons. So getting with Liara seems like the most natural choice for me. The whole family thing will have to come later. Guess you can't think too far, and you can't oh no. You can't overthink these things when it comes to love or sacrifice. Dr. Chakwas, I'm gonna need your strongest dose of cyanide, because I am done with this shit.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Really? Still the same questions?
How did you end up serving?
Oh, God.
I enlisted. Oh, but humanity needs the Alliance.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
What a horribly... Should I talk to Liara first? What a horribly tragic thing that she doesn't get updated dialogue that often. She's like... I find her super interesting. I probably shouldn't talk to Liara first. But I did kind of just darken her doorway a little bit, and now she's wondering what's going on. I sort of want to talk to Ashley first.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink. Bit of a celebration. If you're interested.
That's contraband. What are you celebrating exactly after all that we've done? After all that's just happened?
What's the occasion?
It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. I'm the only Williams here. I guess you'd be the only other one interested in it.
Yeah, sure.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
Something specific about your family that I don't know? How come every time I want to come talk to you about our romance, or our potential romance, or our now perhaps on the way out romance, how come you always want to bring up your family? Dang it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
Oh. Ouch.
Don't tell me you're blamed for that.
Not formally. Dad got passed for promotion over and over.
Damn.
I think my record merits more than garrison duty in a backwater agri-colony. Takes a special kind of thick-headed to march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserves better than that.
You have a lot to prove, don't you? And that's probably why you dislike aliens.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
He saved tons of lives by doing that.
What happened to your grandfather after the war?
He was relieved of command as soon as Shanxi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial.
There's no reason for that.
Quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year later and spent the rest of his life working construction in the colony.
Damn.
Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of them.
I very much respect your grandfather. He took a heavy hit to save those lives. Sometimes surrender is the correct option. Your grandfather was the kind of man to see that. But his superiors weren't, and still aren't. And that puts a big burden on you. You are trying to redeem your family. The "so do you" is about, her first line was, "Granddad deserves better than that." But...
Is this why you're always going on about the council?
If everyone else can look at Shanxi and say, this is why humanity needs to be stronger, then so can I. I'm entitled. So now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
No. Of course not. I guess since that is my actual response.
You're part of the team, Williams. I don't care what your grandfather did or didn't do.
Not to get all cheesy, but you're the first CEO who's ever said that to me. Thanks, Skipper. I'm sure Kirhi wants to brief you. I should get out of your hair.
Right, of course.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
We've got a hard fight ahead. Fleets of AI dreadnoughts who've exterminated all life dozens of times over. I think the odds are against us.
The odds are against us. But I'm the guy they send in when that's the case.
When it comes to the survival of humanity, who gives a rat's ass about odds? We're gonna fight them.
Damn straight we will, Skipper. But I'm infantry. Against Reapers, my rifle may as well fire spitballs. I won't have a place in this war. That's what pisses me off, not being able to shoot back.
About Lieutenant Alenko. How are you holding up?
Can't say I'm better. Sorry for anything I said back there. I don't want any deaths on my hands, and it's my fault.
Yeah. You see, this is the greatness that I saw in Kaidan that I don't see in Ashley. She doesn't want any deaths on her hands. She's not a born leader. She's a born soldier. She wants to be the death that protects others. Well, that's not like her goal or anything like that. But if given the choice to die for others or to send others to die, she would choose to die for others. That would be her choice because she doesn't want any deaths on her hands. That's why she would not be the leader that I believe Kaidan could have been. I don't want any deaths on my hands, and it's my fault. I can't say I'm better. Sorry for anything I said back there. I don't want any deaths on my hands, and it's my fault. It's not your fault at all. I made the decision. Kaidan encouraged it.
Williams, listen to me. I'm in command of this mission. I made the call, not you. He's dead because of me.
It's funny. I don't have any fear of dying for the Alliance. But when I think of someone dying for me, if you don't mind my asking, how did you deal with the losses in Torfin?
Oh, I don't know how Shepard dealt with it, which means I have to think about. I've never actually put myself in that situation. If I had to, specifically in the Torfin situation, if I had to sacrifice everybody under my command, I would grieve. And me personally, may never recover for something like that. How did you deal with the losses on Torfin? I grieved later, and then I vowed to do better. I would grieve so hard, privately, by myself. I would probably be forced to seek some sort of mandatory counseling, but I'm not sure I would take that counseling. Something like this, I would sit for ages by myself in a dark room with a drink and a smoke, and I would just contemplate that. Actually, me personally, David, I would probably find some place bright and sunny, grab a joint, and just spend like 3 years meditating on this whole thing. No, that would be wasteful. I believe in the first few days I would realize that that's a wasteful endeavor, and it's not why they died. That would be an insult to their legacy, those that I sacrificed. And at that point, I would probably vow to do better. Yeah, I would grieve later and then vow to do better. So which one do I say? Which one? How did you deal with the losses on Torfin? For you, she's not ready to hear I vowed to do better, because that the implication there is Kaidan died for you. You need to do better. I can't say that right now. Even though it's meant in a way to tell her just what my experience was, I vowed to do better than that. The message is, so should you. No, that's not what we say. Right now, she's in a state where she needs to know what her next step is. Her future, her emotional security, her spiritual security, all this is up in the balance right now. Whenever you are talking to somebody, especially somebody who's having a hard time, you might have the correct advice. You might know the correct path for them to take for their future and the betterment of themselves as a person. You may know that. You may have walked their path. You may have been in their shoes. But you have to give them the message that they're ready to hear. If they're not ready to hear the ideal that you have in your head, if they're not ready to hear what you have to say, saying it falls on deaf ears. It may even insult. It may even set them back. It may hurt your relationship with them. You have to wait until they're ready to hear the full message, the right message. Whatever message you need to give them, whatever message they need, that you know that they need, they have to be ready for it. Right now, the only message she's ready for is, look, this is all extremely tough. You're going to have to grieve for this. You can't do it now. Just like I couldn't do it in the moment at Torfin. I couldn't grieve in the moment. I couldn't grieve until the mission was fully complete and I had time to myself. You're not going to be able to grieve this until later. It's perfectly okay to put this on a shelf for now, and then grieve about it later. That will give you the answers that you need. But for now, we have to move forward.
I didn't stop and agonize over it while everyone else was in danger. We've got work to do, Williams. We'll remember him later.
Yeah. A good guy like him must be with God now, huh? So, nothing to be sad about. He must be happier. Thanks for the advice, Skipper.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
She's still got that look for me. Man, this poor thing. Oh well. Garrus, you had some time with a gun down there in the last mission. What do you think?
Commander, how are you?
Nope.
I gotta go.
Commander.
I'm going to assume that most people don't have new dialogue options yet. Maybe Tali? Doubt it. Probably just wants to talk more about the flotilla.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Why are you so cheerful?
I'm sleeping much better now.
Huh.
I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
I'm sure we'll come across something.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
Why you in particular?
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
We have a princess aboard?
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Yeah. No, yeah, you have a lot of pressure on you.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Yeah, what if we end up saving the galaxy though? Like, that's definitely gonna look pretty freaking good on you, right?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.
Very fruitless conversation.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Alex.
Aye, aye, Commander.
A very fruitless conversation, given the weight of everything that's happened here. But, I don't know. Oh, Captain Kira, he didn't realize you were back here. How did I miss a whole squad of Solarians in the back room? I was too focused on Ashley. I don't know. I guess it really wasn't a fruitless conversation. I now know to be on the lookout for something for Tali, if we can find it. So yeah, that's all I got out of it though.
It was an honor working with you, Commander Shepard. Despite the losses, our mission was a success. Lieutenant Alenko's actions will not go unnoticed. His sacrifice has earned humanity a great deal of respect from my people.
Yeah, I will miss him.
Kaidan was a fine officer. He knew what the risks were, but he did what he had to.
Of course. The grim reality that every soldier must accept.
Agreed.
Rest assured, Commander, my men and I will not forget what you have accomplished here. We will leave your ship as soon as you reach your next destination. Perhaps we will have the opportunity to work together again someday.
Oh, Rentola? Wasn't there another one?
You have my gratitude, Commander. Most people would have left our team behind. The captain considers the mission a success. I defer to his judgment.
I could buy that. I don't care.
Glad I could help.
Good luck, Commander Shepard.
Alright. Yeah, he's right. Kaidan was a soldier too. I want to make that clear. I talked a lot about how Ashley was a soldier, and some viewers may have thought that I meant Kaidan wasn't. No, he absolutely is. 100%. I love Shepard's slow creep-ups.
I've been thinking about Saren. I actually feel a little sorry for him now.
He's no innocent victim. He was a ruthless bastard long before he fell under Sovereign's control.
I know his reputation, but he was a Spectre. I think he honestly believed everything he did was for the greater good. I wonder how he first fell into Sovereign's trap. Did he think he could somehow stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
I don't know.
Whatever Saren's reasons may have been, they're long gone now. He has to be stopped.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is also a threat to all life as we know it. Let's not spend every free minute talking about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
Well, I think we're like kind of together now, so what do you want to talk about?
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
You have been very understanding with me, Shepard. Very patient. I appreciate that. I know there are some strange beliefs about my people. I am familiar with the legend of Asari promiscuity, but those rumors have little basis in fact. When one of my people joins with an individual from another species, it is a very deep and spiritual exchange. We do not enter lightly into a union.
What about the consort back at the Citadel? Like, everyone on the Citadel has had her. I guess it's kind of wrong to assume all Asari are like that, though. Like, I don't want to go anywhere near the consort because she's just been had, like, over and over again. I've got no interest in that. But, I don't get that same vibe from every Asari I come across. I really don't, especially not this one. Yeah, are you asking to bang right now?
Are you saying you want to...
No. Oh, no. I am not very good at this, am I? I'm sorry, Shepard. I am trying to explain why I have been so... reserved. The Union is more than just sex. It is the lifeblood of my species, the way we Asari evolve and grow as a society. That is why I have never... that is why we must choose our partners with great care.
Really? You're a virgin. I hit the jackpot. I hit the jackpot right now. I know Ashley's probably had one or two in her, but I've got an Asari virgin. Jack, ding, 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 777, ding, 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 Imagine just all those gold coins rushing out of the machine. I won. I won the game. I won. That's it. I freaking won. Kaidan, do you hear me? Kaidan, listen. Listen, I need to I have something to tell you, Kaidan. I'm so proud of myself. I won. So wait, you've never had sex?
Wait, are you saying this is your first time?
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it, not until I met you.
I do have that
You are
effect
very
on
special
women.
to me, Shepard. But with all that's happened, Saren, the Geth, the Reapers, I do not know if we are ready for this.
No, definitely. We're not ready for this. I don't want to do this now. Are you kidding? Did you see all this shit that happened? Why are you and Ashley like this? Ugh, you're right. We're not ready for this. We're gonna have to do this another time. But yeah, we are definitely. Oh my God, you're a virgin. I am so getting in there, and now I'm genuinely excited for that. So, but good things come to those who wait.
These are dark times, Liara. Maybe once all this is over.
I'm glad you understand, Shepard. There is too much at stake. We need to put aside our personal feelings and focus on stopping Saren. I wish it did not have to be that way. But we all have to make sacrifices. Let's talk about something else.
Let's move on to another piece of dialogue because this tree has been exhausted.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Sounds good. I hope I didn't miss the one shot that you get to bang her here. I don't think I did. But I don't know. This game has forced me into a lot of choices that I wouldn't have found myself in, I think, in a real situation. And even if we don't get to bang her, it's not really that big a deal. I definitely would not be in the mood right now, so... And I'm genuinely not right now, either. I am excited for when I am, though. Because that's going to be fun. Just got to put a few weeks between us and the loss of Kaidan, I think. At ease, soldiers. I'm pretty sure Presley won't have anything to say.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Joker probably not either, but he did play a really big part in the last mission.
Commander, I know it couldn't have been easy for you down there. Making the call between Alenko and Williams must have been... I'm sorry, sir. I don't know if I could have done it.
Oh, God. Joker, you have no idea how much it means to hear someone say that. So sorry, sir. I don't know if I could have done it.
There is no right choice for something like that. I just hope I never have to go through it again.
No, I'm not blaming you, Commander. I mean, it's hard, you know?
Oh, something seems to be wrong with you. I don't blame you, but...
Saren's still out there, Joker. Hold it together. We need you.
Don't worry, I won't let you down. I want to be there when you make that son of a bitch pay.
You will. Okay. God, I want to keep playing, but this session has gone on a while. And this is a good time to bring it to a close. Before we touch this galaxy map and get some sort of other transition and get swept up in another 45 minutes worth of recording. As Shepard would say, I should go.